Looking around, you may believe there's absolutely no reason to celebrate. You may feel as though the world is getting darker, and the only way to survive is for you to run, hide, arm yourself, and prepare for the worst. After all, the death toll keeps rising and the economy is destabilizing. Isn't it prudent to be prepared and take precautions? Isn't it wise to be aware of what the dark is doing so you can take action against it? How can you be expected to look for the good when the bad confronts you at every turn? And how are you going to stay positive when so many negative events are happening every day? Welcome, everyone. It's Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer, here with you on Angel Heart Radio. And if you're ready to celebrate but you can't find a reason why, then I want you to stay with me, because when we come back, we're going to discover why there's always a reason to celebrate.
Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice, nor your own sound judgment. In truth, nothing can dim your magnificence. You are a divine spark, a universal light. You are here on purpose. You are part of a divine plan, and it's our joy to support you. We're here to celebrate you. Welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by AngelLight777.com.
Great news, everyone. Angel Heart Radio is now live streaming on our Facebook page, and we have a fully searchable, brilliant podcast platform for you at AngelHeartListen.com.
Put the power of the spiritual realm to work in your life with Marcia Martin on Angel Heart Radio starts now.
Okay, so we're back and needing to look at what is going on in your life that may be causing you to look at the dark side, the negative, the not so great, that which may be taking you away from staying in that high place of love, joy, and peace where you are able to manifest all that is wanted. So I want to hear from each and every one of you. I want to know what it is that you're dealing with so we can take a deeper look at it and help you get, perhaps you've got tunnel vision over the aspect. So let's give you a broader look at it so you will be able to change your vibration and your relationship to whatever it is and truly find reasons to celebrate. And I am not talking about just put a good face on it and pretend you're not hurting. I'm talking about really being able to connect with joy. So let's take a look. Before we go to the callers, let's take a look at what that means. Being joyful, finding and concentrating on what's wonderful in the world and allowing that to be your raison d'etre will make you invincible. And we've really got to get serious now. As students of the light, as children who understand that unconditional love is the energy of God, we need to be aware of all that is available and take advantage of it so that we become strong. Because as long as we allow ourselves to be pulled into the darkness because someone else is in a bad mood or something unexpected happened or you didn't get that raise or that job or whatever it is, as long as you allow that to be more important than staying in the space of joy, you are continuously giving away your power. It's almost as though you are a bag of water with a hole in it. You're just leaking away all of your goodness and all of your strength. So it's time to stop. We've got to stop calling the darkness strong and ourselves weak. We have a really bad habit of saying, oh, that illness or that poverty or that whatever it might be is so much stronger than I am. Well, if you align with it, it becomes the strength in your life. It becomes the negative force that it's bringing you what you do want. But if you align with the unconditional love of God, you have just aligned yourself with the source of all things, and you become a powerful creator in your own life and in the lives of all of your loved ones. This means that you will be able to have a positive influence on everyone who is open to receiving that energy. No, you are not going to make a difference to someone that is closed. You can still be an example, but probably they are not going to accept your energy of joy. That's okay, because you will be showing them what a blessing it is to live in joy. And when they are ready, the right person will come along that can help them move from their place of darkness into their state of joy. They can come in the form of a book, a workshop, a podcast, individual coaching sessions. It doesn't matter, a friendship or even a romantic relationship, work relationship. It doesn't matter how we arrive at our sources of inspiration. What matters is that we stay open to receive them. So let's get used to not calling the darkness strong. It's only as strong as we are allowing it to be. And I know that there's going to be a lot of pushback from that. Oh my, what about all the this and the that? You're giving the power to those things. If you were to take your attention away from them and put it fully on our Creator, on ultimate source, onto God, you would be aligning yourself with the energy from which all creation has begun and continues, and you would be aligning yourself with the greatest possible good. So, let's also stop assigning the focus of evil superpowers. I hear so many awakened beings say, we've got to fight this evil, got to come out against it strong. And I admire and appreciate that, but I really wish that the wording would change. Because when I hear that, I cringe a little bit. Because in my mind, all that is happening is the force of evil is getting all of your attention, and all of the power that should be going into bringing forth the greatest good is being focused to push against the evil. Just take your attention away from that which doesn't feel good and put it on your heart space and allow the joy to expand from within, and evil will automatically start dying from lack of attention. You don't need to defeat it. You need to stop paying attention to it. I also want us to stop crediting hatred with the power to control. We give hatred, again, a lot of press and a lot of our time. And then we look at ourselves and we believe that we're unable to command that same power. This is a lie, and it's a lie that was created by the forces that don't want you to know how powerful you are. They want to keep you in doubt, in fear, in lack, in envy, in jealousy, in sadness. They don't want you to celebrate all that you are, because if you understand how powerful you are, they won't stand a chance. Please take your attention away from what's wrong. Stop giving away your power, ignorance, and begin to recognize all that you are. Take a moment now, take a deep breath with me. Take a moment and enter into joy and recognize that you are powerful, responsible, worthy, capable, significant. You are an amazing, brilliant, beautiful being of love. And the only reason that you may not have succeeded up until this point is because you don't believe that you are worthy of succeeding, or that you have what it takes, or that you deserve this. I want you to let go of all of that right now. Just take a deep breath. Breathe in the unconditional love of God. Breathe in the magnificent power that is yours for the asking. Won't cost you a thing, but it will give you everything. Just breathe it in and begin reminding yourself, I am a child of God. It is right for me to accept that I am brilliant, beautiful, magnificent, significant, worthy, powerful. This is my birthright. By claiming it, I step into the high place of love, joy, and peace, and I become an example for others so that they too may step in to their high place. As an awakened being, you are being called to stand up in joy instead of hiding away in fear. Now, I want to share with you a young man who has truly become a hero for me. This young man is interacting with leukemia. Now, I want you to notice that I didn't say he is fighting leukemia. He's chosen to interact with it, to discover what it has to offer and what it's going to take away in this lifetime. He underwent a bone marrow transplant, and he has been dealing with all of the repercussions of that procedure, trying to decide whether he's ready to go home to the energetic, or he wants to continue on in this space as in a physical body. And I ask now that you join me now by honoring all that he has put into this journey. Let's celebrate his young life. His name is Alex. As I said, he is interacting with leukemia, and right now I want to honor him with love, support, and prayers. Let's celebrate all that he has been able to do up until this point and send our energy of joy and thanksgiving to help the rest of his journey, no matter what he decides, to be magnificent. Let us stand together in appreciation of this young man. Send him healing, send him love, send strength to the physical body, and support to the energetic being. And let us wrap his energetic body in robes of pink and gold light. Let us energize that body so that it may choose whatever is for the highest good. Let's learn not to make decisions for other people. Let's allow that inner being that is so wise to be the decision maker. But let us make sure that we use our strength as awakened beings to surround everyone with pink and gold light so that they can understand why they should see themselves as magnificent and capable and strong and wise. Because a wonderful thing happens when you let go of uncertainty and doubt and fear and regret. A wonderful thing begins to happen. You begin to take your power back. And when you feel powerful, you automatically become more joyful. Let's take a minute and look at children on the playground. They are the most powerful beings in the world. They are able to make everyone around them do what they want them to do by the power of their will, just by being beings of light. They get adults to go out and play with them, to sit and watch a show with them, to color with them, or to do crafts, to feed them, to love them, to dress them. It's a beautiful thing. And when they're playing, they are playing with abandon. They are absolutely delighted by the game that they've created. They are powerful beings because they are still connected to their power source. They are connected to God. And they are not afraid of that connection. So I want us to begin taking back our power so that we too can be celebrating every day, all day long, just as though we're the young children again, reconnected with God and getting delighted by absolutely everything. So let's look at some of the ways that we can take our power back and begin to experience reasons to celebrate. Well, the first thing I want you to do is look around at the bounty of the earth. You've got to take your attention away from the news, away from what's wrong, away from the complainers, away from the poor me people of the world. Just walk away for a minute and look outside at all of the grass, the trees, the flowers, the birds, the bees, this amazing bounty that exists so that all of life can be supported on this planet. Go stand next to the ocean and look at the vastness. And if you're unable to do any of those things, get on YouTube and watch some nature videos and look at the intricacies of nature. Look at the detail of the camouflage and the coloring that has been assigned even to the most minuscule being. No one and nothing has been forgotten in the grand scheme. Everything is so important that it has been gifted with exactly what it needs for life. And when we really spend a minute looking at that and recognizing how brilliant the world we live in is, you cannot help but feel joyful, expressing that wonder that exists. I remember my daughter was 2, and we were in Florida in a little town called Safe Harbor, and you could walk out on the dock. Well, as we were walking out on the dock, a manatee those giant sea cows, a manatee swam right up beside her. She was so overwhelmed with awe and joy that she was speechless. All she could do was point. It was so exciting for her to see this enormous animal swim right up beside her. She's never forgotten that, nor have we, because it was such an awe-inspiring experience that really brought joy home to our hearts. We were all talking a mile a minute. Did you see that? It was so fantastic. It was so wonderful to see all the different ways that life is being celebrated. That's what I want you to feel in your heart. I don't want you to run away in fear, to hide because you feel that you're not enough, or to feel that someone else has more than you. I want you to remember that even the smallest being, the least significant, came with camouflage and an ecosystem that supports its life in the fullest. When you've identified all that you see, when you really have drunk your fill of this bounty, express gratitude, wonder, awe. Don't forget to say, thank you, God, for caring so much and so deeply about even the smallest. And please understand that if God will give that much attention to the almost microscopic being, how much more attention will He pay to you, who are the hands, the mouth, the eyes, the ears, the physical being that can carry forth their work on the world? You have not been forgotten, but you have turned your attention in a direction that has made you forget that there is always a reason to celebrate. Get excited and aligned with what is, but it's time to divorce yourself from what is not. You are not going to fix things by looking at what's wrong. Law of attraction demands that you are going to receive more that is wrong. Please put your attention on every good thing that is right. Look at what happens when your world consists of what's missing. Let's just take a minute. Go down that dark path for a minute. What happens as children begin to disconnect from God? Since we used children earlier, let's use them again. Children begin to disconnect from God. It's part of the process of living. It's part of disconnecting so you can reconnect more fully later. But as they get more ensnared in the physical world, they begin to move away from God and they lose their sense of awe. We've all done it. And our children either will do it or have done it. We forget that everything is a miracle. And we begin to believe that we have no effect, that what we do, think, or say is really not making a difference. We also may believe that we have no responsibility, so we start treating others in the earth as though they are disposable. And we may become lazy about our thoughts, words, and feelings, so we begin allowing any old thought to take hold. We don't discipline ourselves when we start talking about everything that's wrong, or we start gossiping about a neighbor, a friend, or a coworker. It's kind of an anything goes marketplace. And your life starts to reflect that anything goes attitude. You believe that you cannot or that you have not. And then that becomes your reality. You act as if this must be because it's what you truly believe, and then it becomes all that you know, and now you're convinced. Because what you believe to be true is absolutely going to shape the reality that you experience. Believe me, I was the superstar of believing that my world revolved around lack. Because of that, I had nothing, I was ineffective, and I couldn't seem to find a way out of this rut that I had gotten myself in. When I was doing for others, I could make a huge difference in their life because they believed me. For some odd reason, they actually wanted to believe that miracles still existed. And when I was teaching and had these children who had not yet been completely traumatized by the world, they allowed me to be the belief for them. I built them up. I showed them their magnificence, and they grabbed hold. Even though I couldn't pull myself out, even though I didn't want to believe that I was special enough to have any kind of real joy in my life, I was able to do it for these children. And they grabbed hold, and they flew. Now, it still took me 20 years beyond helping them fly to be able to allow myself to be able to fly. So please don't do what I did. Don't take so long. I started on this spiritual path, and it was a lark. It was fun. It was parlor tricks. It was, wow, this is so fascinating. But I didn't take it into my heart. I kept it in my head, and I had fun with it, and I really got deep into the psychology of things. But I didn't view myself as a powerful being who could align with God and actually make a difference. Not in my own life. Yes, in the lives of other people, but not for me. Today, I want you to commit to making a difference in your own life. You are important. You have a special role that only you can fulfill in this life. Please step out of the belief that you are powerless. From that place, you're only going to be able to experience circumstances that support that. The you that is you is going to begin to diminish. And as you step further from your authenticity, from who you really are at your heart center, it's going to become more and more difficult to connect with God. And no connection means that you enter into a life struggle instead of a life of flow. Please honor yourself so much that you are able to gift yourself with a life of flow. So now let's look at some reasons to celebrate and why we should celebrate. And then, if we have time, let's do a meditation of celebration together, where we eradicate that which is holding you separate or that which is keeping you from aligning in the way that would be best for your highest good. Now, notice that I am not telling you, do it this way and not that way. Everyone comes hardwired with the ability to connect with Source in the way that is best for them. My way may not be your way, and your way may not be my way. So when you work with me or any other teacher, please keep in mind that you take their information and then you check with your heart and decide what feels good. And improvise, expand. Don't keep yourself locked in a box. Well, Marcia told me to do it this way. No, I guided you into a way that is working for me and for many other people with whom I have shared this with. But it may not work for you, and that's okay. Or a part of it may work for you. Take the parts that do work, leave the rest, and find a way that you are experiencing joy on a daily basis. Gotta remember, everyone and everything has entered into a physical life form fully equipped for their chosen life journey. Perhaps their journey is not the one that you have chosen. It doesn't matter. It's not your life. Their life is not your life. They have chosen this because it is best for their growth. So instead of condemning others when you look around and why are they doing that? Just take a step back, wrap them in a blanket of pink and gold light, and say, I honor you for all of the choices that you are making and for all that you are learning. You may not be able to interact with that person on a regular basis because their way of being is so far removed from your way of being. That's okay. I am not suggesting that you have to go be best friends with someone who you don't feel energetically aligned. I am just asking that you don't criticize other people's choices. Wrap them in a blanket of pink and gold light and send them on their way. Know that there is plenty for every single being on the planet. And I've got to tell you, I was working with a client the other day, and she said the most fascinating thing. She said when she was a young child, she was able to manifest everything with ease. But somewhere along the way, a switch flipped. She began to feel guilty that things just came to her. Something that she admired or something that she wanted just found its way into her energetic field. Someone somewhere along the way convinced her that in order for her to receive, someone else would have to go without. And this woman is a beautiful, brilliant empath. And she felt so badly that she was taking from others that she completely cut herself off from manifesting anything. She was living a lie. The truth is, there is plenty for everyone. And at no time, when she manifested something lovely for herself, did she take it away from another person. The only time you take something away from another person is when you actually steal it from them. If you manifest your own, that's yours, and the other person retains theirs. If you, out of jealousy, steal it from the other person, that's not manifesting, that's stealing. And then, yes, you really did deprive another person of what was theirs. There's no reason to steal because there is more than enough for every person. But you must align with the source of all creation before you will be able to step into that flow. Also, it's important that we remember that life is always in balance, and your perfect life comes from a place of balance. So if you find that you are really pulling yourself in one direction or another, allow yourself to come back into the place of neutrality, which is in your heart space. It's a place of non-judgment, for yourself and for others. And from that place of neutrality, open yourself to receive the highest good. Without judgment, without putting your own spin on it, just give it to God. Say, God, please return this to me in the form that is for my highest good. And I am talking about everything from the simplest thing to the most complex. So this is what is meant when you hear surrender to God. Doesn't mean give up everything. Don't give up your mind or your common sense. It says let go of being in charge and insisting that you're right. Instead, just say, God, this is what I'm thinking, or this is what appears to be the truth to me. This is what I believe you are showing me is for the highest good. Now, can you please confirm that for me? Would you show me that I'm on the right track? I want to make sure that I am living my life in alignment and I am allowing my highest good to flow through. So I would like confirmation. Remember, it is always okay to ask for confirmation. That's not pulling up the seed to see if it's grown roots. What is not okay is when you go to God and say, okay, I really want to manifest a new job. And then 5 minutes later, you go back to God and say, did you hear me? God, were you listening? I told you that I really want to manifest a new job. So just checking to make sure, you're aware that I need this new job. And then 10 minutes later, you're back again. That's just nagging. Learn not to be a nag. Step out of doubt and into your heart space. God, I would really like a new job. I really feel that I'm ready to expand, or whatever reason that you have. And I want to be honored with a better salary, more responsibility, more chance to show who I really am. And now, God, I'm giving that creation to you and asking that in return, you give to me confirmation that this is in alignment with what is for my highest good. Now, this time, if 5 minutes go by and you feel doubt creeping in, you may go back to God and say, I think I need some help. You're probably sent a confirmation and I didn't receive it, but for sure, I'm starting to get kind of weird over here and stepping into doubt. I need help. Then you've got to open your heart to receive. If you're clouded with doubt and fear, you have stepped away from your alignment and out of the energetic space where the answer is forthcoming. So make your request known to God. Let go of it. Get excited and grateful that it's coming to you. Ask for confirmation so that you will be more likely to stay in alignment and out of doubt. And if you don't receive the confirmation because for whatever reason you're not paying attention or it got by you, ask again and again and again until your heart is sure. So you can ask again and again and again for help with signs of confirmation. What I don't want you doing is nagging and begging. You are not a beggar. You are a child of God. You go with your head held high and say, I would like this, please. Please share with me the energy I need in order to create this. Please show me how to manifest this. And then understand that even though you are a magnificent and intelligent being, you are not God in its fullness. You are only a piece of God. So this means you must let it go and say to God, okay, God, I'm going to let you choose. You see the big picture, and I can only see this little forest that I'm walking through right now. So I'm going to give it to you and say, please confirm that I am on the right path. Now, what do you do if you're not? Well, you don't throw a pity party. You don't get mad. You celebrate. You get excited. Thank you, God. I didn't waste my time going in that direction when it is not for my highest good. Thank you for loving me so much. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for guiding me. Now I'm even more sure that I am loved and supported by you. I am going to dance and sing and be delighted because you stopped me before I put all of my energy in the wrong direction. And now let's assume that God gives you confirmation that this new job that you've chosen is yours. What should you do? Celebrate. Get excited. Get delighted. I'm so honored to be given this job and this opportunity. Thank you, God, for gifting me with this responsibility. Help me to be the best person in this job. Celebrate every aspect. Celebrate when you're prevented from going forward. Celebrate when you are being given the green light. Celebrate the advances in every area of your life. And if you can't see any in your own personal life, probably you're not looking. But let's just say there's just nothing to celebrate. Your life is as dull and stagnant and just ick. Look around and celebrate the advances of civilization, because when you step out of your doldrums and you start getting happy and joyful, magic is going to happen in your life. Miracles are going to be coming to you. You're going to be able to receive what it is that you desire because you have opened yourself to receive. You've taken your eyes off the problem and you've gotten yourself in alignment with the solution, with the abundance, with the more than enough that has always existed, but not in your life. It didn't exist in your life because you were not allowing it. It's as though we can live in the dark or we can live in the light. And the only difference is we have to flip the switch. So I invite all of you today to flip the switch from despair to joy, from poor me to hallelujah. I am so delighted that I get the opportunity to make a difference in my life and to be an example for others. Every single one of you has brought something special to share. I don't know what that is, but you do. Dig down into your heart and find the thing that makes you special and shout it from the rooftops. This is a wonderful thing. You are a wondrous being. Just remember that law of attraction is not going to take a holiday because you're sitting in a dark room. Your celebratory attitude is going to draw to you more to celebrate. The minute you flip the switch, good things are going to climb into the pipeline to be delivered to you. And if you hold on to that celebratory attitude and you stay in alignment with what is wanted, only good will be able to find you. Your celebratory attitude is drawing to you more to celebrate, and you can only draw to you what is most dominant in your mind. It's impossible to look at what isn't there and somehow receive what is. So find something that you can be joyful about. Find something to celebrate every day. And if you're out of the habit, start small. Start with things that are easy, like going to the park and watching children play. They are shrieking and laughing and running and delighted. And watch them when they see a butterfly for the first time. Oh my goodness, or a ladybug, or any of the other fabulous, wonderful things that God has put on the earth, so that we have a reason to be joyful every day. Jesus instructed us to be as children, to be childlike, not to be childish. Childish is to run in the corner and pout if you didn't get your way. Childlike is to be delighted by everything that you have. Be in awe of the protection, of the camouflage that every animal has. How perfect is that? Could you have designed anything that fabulous? I was watching a YouTube video, an ocean thing, and it was, I think it's called the rockfish. I could not distinguish that fish from the rock until it moved. Now, once I knew that it was there, then it was easy to see it, or easier. But while it was just sitting still and the camera was panning in on it, I didn't know that fish was there. That's amazing camouflage in a fish. This is pretty impressive. Childlike is not demanding. It is not having the attitude of, give me now. It is having the attitude of delight, knowing that it will come when it's for your highest good. Childlike is also respectful. Let us always remember to be respectful, of the power that is doing the creating, and delighted. Now we only have a few minutes left, and we have a caller, so let's go to our caller and see how we can help them celebrate. So calling from 504, how can the angels help you celebrate today?
I would like to know if just leaving a bad situation would be a celebration and to have, like, trust.
Okay, this is so brilliant. Tell me your name, please, or a name that I can call you.
Deborah.
Deborah. Thank you. This is so brilliant, because so often we think, well, I really shouldn't celebrate because maybe that would be a mockery of the other person or the situation. And so let's look at that from the God perspective. The angels are here saying, go with your heart. If the situation is toxic, somewhere inside you know it. You got to be honest, though. If you're the one that is contributing to the toxicity, the first thing you need to do is clean up what you're offering to the situation. Bring your joy into the situation and see if the other person or people will join you and you can salvage the situation. But if joy doesn't move the needle, if you really get focused on all that's wonderful and you refuse to join in with the petty little name-calling sessions, if you're not able to see a change and you feel as though a part of you is wilting or withering or dying from being in that situation, then you owe it to yourself to get out. And absolutely, it must be celebrated, but not in mockery of the other person. So I had to leave a situation like that. That was just, there was nowhere that it could go. No, it didn't, was choosing not to go in a good direction. And I was deeply grateful for all of the years that I had spent in that situation, because some of the pain led me deeper into my own heart space and allowed me to grow in a way that I would not have been able to do without that pain. I needed the pain as a catalyst, quite honestly. I don't think I would have put the time in. So when I left that situation, I did celebrate. I celebrated all that I had received from being there. I celebrated the good times. I celebrated all that I had learned from the bad times. I celebrated the fact that I have 2 magnificent children because of that relationship. And I also celebrated the new chapter in my life, the opportunity to step more fully into being me without any kind of pushback. So yes, you should celebrate, but celebrate everything without bringing any of the petty into it. There was so much good in this situation that you're leaving. It's just not sustainable. So when you think, once you've gotten yourself out of there and you look back, really remember the good and celebrate all that good. And take a look at the bad and celebrate all that you learned. Celebrate your choice to honor your highest good. And wrap the other people in blankets of pink and gold light, so that perhaps sometime in the future, they may also choose to see the good and to celebrate and to go higher. It didn't happen, with both of you, or it feels like there's more than one person. It didn't happen in this situation, and that's okay. But celebrate what did happen. And that doesn't mean that, let's say there was physical or verbal abuse. You don't say, oh, I'm so delighted that I got beat up every day. That's lying. I'm so grateful for all that I learned. I am so grateful that I learned that I am a strong person. I'm grateful that I learned what I don't want. And now I can put my attention on all that I do want, so that the next relationship, partner, whatever it is that I attract will be honoring the fullness of me instead of what I was able to present in the last relationship. There is always good, and that's what I want you to celebrate. We don't ever, and I'm saying this because when I first heard, well, you've got to be grateful for everything, I tried being grateful for things I hated, and I was kept being confused because I was like, I just don't get it. I just can't quite wrap my head around this. Nothing seems to be getting better, but I'm being grateful for everything. But I wasn't. I was making a mockery out of the process because I was so resentful that I had to be grateful for this thing that I hated. So I was giving all of my attention to this thing I disliked and just cursory to, yeah, I'm grateful for the sunshine. Yeah. Everybody is. It was I was so mad.
Right.
So
it's a work situation. It's not a relationship. I mean, it is, but it's more work.
That's why there are other people. I kept feeling like there were a lot of other people, but I get a male energy that is the dominant problem. Well, okay, they're correcting me. they're not a problem. The dominant lesson bringer. And it's just time to go. It's time to recognize that you have grown beyond what is being offered there and what you can offer. But how fabulous that you've grown so much that this situation no longer has anything to share with you or to teach you.
Yeah,
So
it taught me to get a voice. And I have it, now it's the voice is in the way.
Yes. So how fabulous that you found your voice. Thank you a million times to this job, because we need more women with their voices working. So hallelujah. Thank you to Deborah's work situation for giving her a voice. And now it's time to go. You found out that you are a magnificent being. Now take that magnificence and step more fully into your fullness by getting a job that honors all that you are instead of just bits and pieces. So what I want you to do is, and this is for everybody, start creating for yourself a joy jar. When we're in the middle of a toxic relationship, and whether it is at home or work, it doesn't matter. Just toxic is toxic. You can get really caught up in it. It can become like the focus of everything. And you can forget to be joyful. So if you have a joy jar and you put it on your desk at work, and maybe you create one at home, you can just get yourself in the habit. And in the beginning, you might even need to set an alarm on your phone. Get yourself in the habit of pulling out, it's just little strips of paper. Pull out a strip of paper that says why you're something that will make you smile. You can write jokes on there. You can put pictures in there. You can write, I just love seeing butterflies. Anything that is going to realign you with your divine essence. Because what happens is the toxicity pulls you off of your center line, and you start getting pulled into that dark place that you know you shouldn't be, but there you are. So the joy will keep recentering you, realigning you with God, and you'll just stay kind of humming in that beautiful place of alignment, and that's the way that the job will be able to find you. So the joy.
Do you think I've blocked it because of it?
Yeah, the angels are saying yes, that you gave, and this is not an opportunity to step into blame. This is just recognizing, okay, well, I got out of alignment, and that kind of put the brakes on my new job. Hallelujah. I recognize that by stepping back into alignment, this job, which is just out of reach, is going to come barreling down the highway right into my waiting arms.
How can I get back into it? I don't know how to get back.
All right, take a deep breath. Let's do it together. Just take a deep breath and close your eyes. And I want you to put your attention on your heart center. Now, the reason that we lose our voice is because the younger part of us got diminished in some way. So we're going to honor the child within. So just place your attention on the heart center. Allow the breath to begin expanding within you. And as the breath expands, see your energy moving up through your higher self point. And it's almost as though it becomes the top of a tree. And it connects with God and collects of all these beautiful, healthy leaves and branches that are collecting God energy and bringing it right down into your heart. Just take a breath of that love. And now extend this love down through the lower chakra system, right out through the pranic tube. Let's bless the earth and everything in it and on it. And we're going to connect as though we are the bottom of the tree. We're going to connect our roots into the electrical grid of the earth so that you receive renewal and rejuvenation as you pour out the unconditional love of God into the earth. So we are always in a beautiful state of harmony, of giving and receiving. And now bring that combined stream of energy back up into your heart. And now your heart is feeling much fuller than it was, and we're going to create a sacred circle of white light. This is a circle of such power that nothing can penetrate without your permission. And I ask that you call yourself first to the circle, just as you are today. The self that is feeling a little wobbly, just call yourself right in there. Tell me when you're there.
I'm there.
And now I want you to go back in time to the earliest memory that you can recall of being told either you're not important or you shouldn't be heard or your comments are inappropriate. Somewhere 5-ish, you were given the message that what you had to say isn't anything anyone wanted to hear. Can you find that place and that little girl?
Yeah. Yes.
So let's bring her into the circle. Now the first thing we're going to do is cover her with a blanket of pink and gold light and allow this, let's make it a robe. She deserves to be a princess. So craft for her a beautiful robe and put a crown on her head. And I want you to raise her up. She can either climb upstairs to a dais so that she's magnificent and she can look around, and allow her to be taller than you are right now. Allow her to feel magnificent. She's beginning to absorb the magnificence. Is she beginning to relate to this new vision that you've gifted to her?
I guess so. I mean,
let her absorb. Just let her absorb it. You're surrounded by love. She is surrounded by love. Make a big deal of this little girl who was shut down so early on. And now let's just do a heart exchange with her. Let her know how much you admire the beautiful little being that was and how much you are encouraging her to step fully into her magnificence. Just celebrate her right now. It's just a heart exchange of energy from your heart to hers, back and forth, until you both feel the power of joy and love when it's given freely. You had so much conditioning in your early life. Just let it go. Just let it go. Jesus is here with us. He is the energy of unconditional love in its purest form. Just let him hug you both. Let go of everything that was and step into all that is as two beautiful beings of light. And now let us tone that into your being. On you, on you, on you, on you, on you, on you, on you. Take a look at your little girl right now. Does she have a smile on her face? Has she become bigger and feeling more important?
Mhm.
So now you get to make a choice. She can merge with you, and together you can step into your invincibility, or you can invite her to return to heaven and be your helper from the energetic standpoint. It's whatever would make you feel more empowered.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I like her to help me from above. That sounds good, like an angel.
Oh, beautiful. So now we're going to create for you a golden stream of energy that connects both of you so that no matter where you are or what you are doing, you are constantly being fed by the energy of unconditional love. So give yourself a hug. Give your little angel a hug. Take a deep breath. Come on back. Actually, before you do that, they're giving one last instruction. Create for yourself a robe of magnificence in whatever color you most adore, in whatever fabric, and you can make it plain or ornate. You can decorate it with jewels. Whatever really makes you feel magnificent. Put that cape on yourself now. Your robe. I'm sorry, they're calling it a robe.
Okay.
Give yourself a crown. And if you don't mind, would you share with all of us what you look like?
I have a pink, first I was making it more of a fuzzy robe, but then I made it like a fashionable robe so that I could wear it in public.
Oh, yeah, you're wearing this everywhere. This has to be absolutely eye-catching so that when you walk in the room, the first thing people see is, whoa, Deborah, I want you looking fabulous.
Okay. Well, I have a pink robe on, and it's sort of 60s style, like Oscar de la Renta, very New Yorkish. And I have a crown on, but I have it kind of bohemian with like natural gems, kind of
So
funky more than.
Okay,
Yeah.
and let me ask you this. Do you feel powerful and magnificent?
I feel unique, yes.
Ah, unique. That's even better. So you are the ultimate expression of Deborah right now.
Hmm.
Just put your hands over your heart and say, I accept this.
I accept this.
Breathe it in. Wrap it around you. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, come on back. And I can't wait to hear about that new job. Keep yourself flooded with joy. Keep this robe wrapped around you and that crown proudly on your head. And that will help you stay in that place of alignment. You have an angel helper who has been given back her voice and her place of importance. Just stay in that place of alignment and find reasons to celebrate as often as you can. And congratulations for finding your voice, even in an atmosphere that was not conducive. Please do honor how amazing that is. Please, please celebrate how extremely powerful you had to be in order to find your voice in the midst of such darkness, and then ease your way out the door with grace.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Deborah.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. We're out of time, and I invite you all. This Wednesday will be my live show. I'll be there with Gina. Remember, Gina is the numerologist that was here on the show with me before. We're going to be talking about self-love and self-healing, really getting deep into that concept. And, of course, we want to celebrate you by taking your questions. So that's 8 p.m. Pacific time. It is on Dreams 7 Vision Network. So just go to Google Dreams Vision 7 Network, or if you really want to do it the easy way, get on my mailing list. It's Marcia Martin, thehearthealer.com. Again, it's Marcia, M-A-R-C-I-A, Marcia Martin, thehearthealer.com, or Hearthealer. Sign up for my mailing list, and I will send you a reminder 1 hour before on Wednesday that you just follow the link and you are into the live show. And, of course, we are welcoming your questions so that we can help you live the fullest life possible. So, everyone, that's all we've got time for. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I want to invite you also to go to my YouTube channel. I have the most incredible gift from Archangel Ariel, and I just want you to experience it. So some really powerful channeled messages on my YouTube channel, Marcia Martin, thehearthealer.com. So again, thank you all for being here and for sharing. And until next week, I'm sending you all my love and my deepest gratitude.
You've been listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice. The views expressed by hosts, co-hosts, callers, guests, and associates should not be construed as advice from Angel Heart Radio.